Welcome back to another Crown Vic video. Excuse that mud right there. I was parked in the field last night and was trying to figure out how to get out without getting stuck because it's the rear-wheel drive. We all know that. But today's video is on some of the things Vic may have left even after being retired from service. One thing is you may still have the strobe lights and they will sit right at the bottom of your corner lights. You may still have strobes left up in them. My last Vic had the strobes left and the left one was missing, but my right one still had it. Well, in this one I don't have the strobes left up in it. Just like you may still have the wig wags and your back tail lights. See, I'm looking for, this one. They picked mine apart clean. But I don't have the wig wags left. I only had, it was kind of backwards because with my car, they just took the strobes out and replaced the lights where the strobes was. But my car still had the lights on the, not on the roof, but on the inside. It still had the lights on the inside, along with the cage and everything. Them some things your Vic may still have, so like you still may have the skid plate. You may also have the siren box that's in the grill left. See, this one I don't have it. That's just the horn. Oh, yes, I do. I still got the microphone. Or is that it? One, either the microphone or the siren box right here. Because one of these is the horn, so. I still have that in my Vic. But you still may have that they might have left in your car after retiring it from service. And salute to the Crown Vic. They locked up many people that was supposed to be locked up. People that was supposed to go to jail. It done locked up many people. It done stood tall through the most grueling times. Crown Vic stood tall through 9/11. Through all the recent school shootings. The Crown Vic stood tall through it all. That's why we got to salute these cars. Keep them alive. Ford discontinued them, but we got to keep them alive. What's up, Sarge? Sergeant riding past in the Taurus. But we got to keep it alive, fellas. Because Crown Vic is, you know, the last full-size rear-wheel drive car. Body on frame also. The last real American-made car. Before they started going to complete, well, they was going to fiberglass, but you know, nowadays mostly our cars are completely fiberglass. You know, we gotta keep it alive, man. Can't say that enough. A true interceptor. This it wears the badge proudly. Police interceptor. Like, man, what I mean to tell you, this is like one of the best cars I done drove. That's why I got it for a second time. You know, it's two best cars I done had. And you guys will see it on my Instagram from time to time. A couple years ago, I had a Chevy Lumina. And that car had, you know, was fresh out of service from state police. Even though it was a 3.1 front wheel drive car, I really don't like 3.1 motors. But at the time I was, 17 when I got the car. You know, I didn't really know as much about cars like I do now. But over the years I learned 3.1s is not all that good for motor. But that motor stood tall. That motor held up. And the only reason I got rid of it because it was one little problem I didn't catch with it. And I messed up the motor in it. But if I had caught it then, if I had knew like I knew now, I would have still had that 96 Lumina. It was white also, had 101,000 miles when I got it. It was a white 96. I only had, what, 127,000 when I got rid of it. But man, that was the first car I had after I got my license. That was the first, you know, car I had legal. I had cars before one, but I didn't have a license then. But that was the first car I had after I got my license. And that car, that was like the best car. That was like one of the best cars. If I still had it, I would have said this right here, the Vic and that Lumina is the two best cars I ever had. Even though I really don't want to go back to a front wheel drive car now, if I caught another Chevy Lumina with a 3100 that was owned by state police, I would buy it again. Because, you know, I had so much fun in that car. That car still proud. That car ran. 3.1 motors is not all that fast, but that car, I'm telling you, that car was fast. And one situation, I had to drive it hard. I had to drive like I was the, you know, I was what, 19 then. I had to drive like I was the police chasing somebody. I had moved to another state then, had to race back for my lady prom, you know. I was on the highway doing 140. Normal Luminas don't get more than 110, but I had a digital dash and it was owned by state police. That car did the whole 140 and did it with no problems. Stood tall after it with no problems. That's when I really began to only really like Interceptors. Because I know if there was any other car, it wouldn't have did 140. And if it had did 140, it would have started having problems after doing it. Because where I was living at in Michigan, then I had to race back to Chicago. It was like a 2.5 hour drive. I cut that down to an hour and a half. And with any other car, I would have started having problems with it. I would have had problems with it afterwards. But just with, when I had that, when I did that, and it gave me no problems, man, I really started liking the Interceptors then. And these really the only cars I will buy. Like with Ford, you know, these the only Fords I buy. Me personally, fellas, I'm more of a Chevy guy. But when it comes to Ford, I only like the Vic, the Explorer, Interceptors. I only like Ford Interceptors. All the Interceptors that Ford got, I only like Ford Interceptors. And pickup trucks, F-250s and up. Them the only type of Fords I like. If it ain't neither one of them, I'm not buying a Ford. I'm buying all Chevys. Like, you know, a car I got two other vehicles. I got a 2014 Tahoe PPV. I got to put a motor in it. You know. And I just recently got a 2014 Caprice PPV that I also have to put a trans in it. And really, I'm really like more of a GM guy. But these are the only Fords that I like. I'm not really a Ford guy. But when it comes to these are the only type of Fords I buy. But man, like these cars stand strong. We gotta give it a tribute. We gotta give it a salute. You know. These cars, Ford built these cars just right. They had their little problems. They had their problems. You know, 06 and ups. Mine's a 07, 06 and ups. You know, they had their steering column problem. They got their dash cluster problems, because my dash cluster, it's been working lately, but every now and then it don't want to work. You know, they had their dash cluster problems. The 05s and 04 models had electrical problems. Some electrical problems with the lights, the lights for some reason they just go out. The 03 models, they had electrical problems. And from what, 98 to 03, 04, they had intake problems. Those three I heard was the worst year for the Crown Vic. They had the intake, they had the electrical issues, you know, they had so many issues from what I heard. And like my boy Mr. Random say, if you're gonna get a Crown Vic, he say go 2004 and up. I say go 05 and up. Because 05 is where they boosted the horsepower. You know, they started changing certain things. And like 05, they went from that A-shaped steering wheel to this steering wheel. You guys gonna see in just a minute. But they went to this steering wheel after 04. I like these steering wheels better. Me personally, a Crown Vic, I'm only buying 06 and ups because of the bulletproof doors, the stab-proof seats, you know, all that good extra stuff. You know, I look into, you know, I look at it when I buy it too. But me personally, I'm only buying 06 through what, 2010s. The 2011s, I don't like the headrest, they too big. And I heard 2011 models kind of got an issue too, because that's the last year that Ford made them and said they was gonna retire them. So I don't know if they just said, screw it, we just finna slap it together and send it out. We ain't really finna put as much time and energy in them, you know. So just like my boy Notorious CVPI, he got a 2010. Andy CVPI, I forgot what years his is. I think his a 2010. My boy Street Cruising 101, his is a 05, black and white. You know, his is nice. He got a nice one, 05. That's the lowest I would go. Me personally, I only want 06 and up, but if I had to settle for a 05, I would go for a 05. But one thing I would do was change to these Stillies. 05 Stillies, they alright. You know, they decent. In my opinion, they decent. But I like the 06 and up Stillies better. You know, I don't really like the 03 Stillies better. The 04. You know, it's like these same Stillies, but just the way they got their little designs in them, I don't like certain year models. But yeah, you know, and what I was gonna say, something else I was gonna say. Well, I like them doors. But yeah, you know, he got a Street Cruiser 101. Follow him on Instagram. He just started up an Instagram. Follow him the same name, Street Cruiser 101. Going for a little drive. Roll my window up. Did a little pill out. Yeah, but you can also follow me on Instagram, 07CVPI. I posted some recent pictures of my car sitting in the field. You can follow me on there too. And ooh, I like that sound of the motor. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Drop the comments below. Until I catch y'all in the next video, fellas, I'm out. Now we just finna go for a little ride. Just go for a little ride. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You don't like this street, really. This street is a dangerous street here in Chicago. You cannot race down through here. People try to race through here. People try to be drunk through here, and they hit these support beams for the train. And these support beams ain't going nowhere. Many people done lost their lives. The support beam that split cars in half. People try to race through here. I don't like driving over there. That's just too lame, but it's just drive too close for me. Excuse me. But yeah, just a CVP. I done also put almost 1,000 miles on my car within while I did my oil change towards around the 20th, 18th of March. And here it is, what, the 15th of April, 14th of April. And I done put almost 1,000 miles on my car. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Catch y'all fellas in the next video. I'm out.